Marcus? Where have you heard that name before? You think and think and think, but you can't seem to recall. Something is stopping you. Who are you? What are you? Where are you? The last question is more obvious than the first two. You seem to be in the remains of a building. It's dark, cold, and wet. The building has seen better days, but it seems the walls are mostly intact. As for the ceiling, well, let's just say the coldness and wetness problem isn't going away. So that's one question sort of answered. As for the other two, it's as if something is preventing you from remembering. A mental barricade. That name. Marcus. Is that your name? Or is that the name of someone else? It's almost infuriating. Your inability to remember. A voice speaks. I want you to roll a perception check.
Okay, what do I do for that?
So that is 2d10. Your percentile die and your d10. It's out of 100. Using your perception modifier.
I couldn't find it.
That's a great sounding roll. What'd you get?
A lot of dice.
Yeah, you did the joke. You did the joke. I'm proud of you. You did the joke.
Okay, I found the 10 of D.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
That is a 2.
Okay. And roll your percentile as well.
That is a 5.
So your percentile was the 5?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a 52.
Okay.
So when you roll 2d10, I'm asking it's out of 100. One of the dice is the tens place and one is the ones. Usually
Gotcha.
a percentile will have the tens labeled instead of like 1 through 9 or 0 through 9. It'll be 10, 20, 30 all the way up to 90, and then it'll have 2 zeros for 100.
Right.
So with a 52, you realize that a voice is speaking, but it is not speaking in English. It's speaking in... You can tell it's not any sort of like Latin-based language or Germanic language. It definitely sounds East Asian to you.
Okay.
But you can't quite make out which language it would be. From the tone of their voice, you can tell that they're talking to somebody else, giving instructions of some sort. And you hear some sort of affirmation from the other person. And then you feel 4 hands grabbing you.
Oh, shit.
And I actually want you to roll an intelligence save.
Okay. How do I do that?
Same way as before.
Okay. 3. 0.
Okay. Are you rolling? You're rolling a d10, right?
Yeah.
That's the little like top shaped one.
It's the one you said that has, 10, 20, 30, 40.
Okay, I want you to read out the 30 and 40 and all that. Just combine them. So you got a
30 and 0.
Okay, so that's 30. God, you're doing really shit. You remember that you have a translation chip, but you can't quite remember how you're supposed to turn it on. So you kind of go like searching in your head to figure out how to turn it on as you're being picked up. And you hear one of the voices ask a question and another voice give an answer. I want you to go ahead and roll another intelligence check as you try again to turn on that translation chip.
80.
Okay.
10.
What?
I'm supposed to roll it twice, right?
Oh, so, okay, one of them is the tens and the other one is, okay, so that
So
okay.
It would be 18? Or...
I would say 81.
Okay.
For future reference, when you're rolling out of 100, you roll a percentile and a d10 at the same time. But that does work.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
That does work as long as you specify that the 10's place is first and then the 1's place is second. That's fine.
Okay, I get it now.
With an 81, you are able to finally turn on the translation chip, and you realize that they've been speaking Mandarin Chinese.
Okay.
One of the voices says, "It's going to be a long walk." And another voice says, "Hey, I think it's waking up. Do you think it can understand us?" And both of them look at you.
So, do I have a way to communicate right now?
Yes.
And that would be my screen, right?
You can use your screen or you can speak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'd like to ask them what's going on.
Would you like to act that out, or do you remember your voice?
I don't remember my voice.
It was like, "What's going on?" Like kind of like that.
What's going on? Where am I? Who am I? Who are you? Where are you taking me?
Slow down. That's a lot of questions, says the first voice. They're dressed in like heavy coats, right? Because it's very, very cold. They're dressed in heavy coats with symbols on them, like on their chests and on their arms. And the one of them has like more stripes on it than the other. So you kind of assume that's like the leader or whatever. And that one says to you, "One question at a time."
Okay. Where are we going?
"We're taking you to Deadhorse."
Who are you people?
"Oh, I don't suppose that really matters to a robot like you. Just sit tight."
What? Okay.
I mean, you can keep trying, but they're both gonna grab you and start carrying you out of the building.
Yeah, alright. I'm done asking questions. Clearly they don't want to answer.
I mean, you can keep trying. It's, you might, if you start being a little more forceful, you might be able to get more information out of them.
I guess so I don't really know anything about myself right now, right?
Well, you just heard them just say that you're a robot, and just like looking at it, yeah, you figured out that you are a robot, but you don't know, like, you know things that a robot would know at manufacturing.
Okay.
You don't know anything from your past.
So, like, I know what I was built for?
I think you would know that you were built for, like, medical things, right? To be, like, a medical servant, basically. I think you would know that, just, like, because that's kind of the information all of your line of robots would know.
Okay.
So, that's not... Yeah, I think you would know that.
Is this taking place before or after the one scene that we did before? Or do I not know?
You don't know, because you don't remember the scene from before.
Okay.
But off the books, I'll say after. Because I feel like that should be fairly obvious. Just from, like, the building's destroyed, everything's cold, there are people, like, just here taking you away, and you don't remember anything. I feel like that, I think you wouldn't know, but I think the audience, it's fairly obvious the audience would know.
Okay.
Anything else?
So, what's in Deadhorse? Why are we going there?
Look, they have tools. You have you. We're just combing the area for information. That's all.
Well, I'd be happy to give you any information, but I don't seem to have any.
We'll see about that. As they are dragging you out of the building, I want you to roll another perception check.
Okay. So I'm going to roll the 10's place first.
Okay.
6.
Okay.
And 7.
67. With a 67, you realize that out in the distance, kind of hiding, like, right behind a hill, like in the road, you see two other people. They don't look like they're part of this group. They're wearing, like, blue, like, bright blue coats, heavy coats. They have, like, the fur lining, you know how they would, like, at the hood?
Okay.
And they're just looking in your direction, like, talking frantically to one another. And it doesn't seem that these people who are dragging you off have noticed them.
Alright. Trying to decide whether it'd be a good idea to tell them or something.
It's your call. I mean, you can... They don't seem to be armed, if that helps. They don't seem to have any sort of, like, major firearms. on their persons. They just seem to be like,
Okay.
they have like a backpack each.
Those people over there. Maybe we could ask them for help?
Oh, that's tactful. Okay. The leader looks over at them and says, "Well, well." And it's fairly obvious now that they've seen each other, right? So the leader of this group starts like telling his men to prepare for a firefight, and the two people on the hill, there's a man and a woman, they sort of duck under the hill and start taking off. One of the subordinates said, there's three people, by the way. I didn't say this. There's three people. There's a leader and two subordinates. One of the subordinates looks to the leader and says, "Do you think those two were from that vault?" And the leader says, "I would guess so, by the blue coats. Let's leave them be." And they carry you off down the road. Is there anything else you wanted to do before we end the scene?
Just gonna display many question marks on my screen.
Yeah, it's symbolism. I like it. There's some symbolism there. That's fun. That's fun. Aunt and Papa Skuff, you have just heard the intercom go off. You've just heard the announcement that at 9 o'clock in the morning, the vault will be evacuated. How do you react to that?
Papa Scuff is like, because he's still in the air vents from last time, because it's his hiding spot.
In fact, you've been asleep in the air vents for a couple hours.
So he hears that, kind of spooks him, like it startles him a little bit because he's kind of asleep, and he like hits his head on the top of the air vent. Just bang.
Bonk.
Go ahead and take 1 point of damage from that.
Oh,
I think.
Nice, hell yeah. Wait, so did I heal from my previous encounter?
Did you even take damage from your previous encounter?
I did. I took a couple things of damage.
I think you just got hit with like a mallet, wasn't that it? Or a crowbar?
A wrench. It was a wrench.
A wrench.
Yeah. So did I?
I'd say you healed from that
okay,
overnight.
Okay.
It's a bruise now.
Okay.
But you aren't like if someone was to hit you there, where did I say he hit you? Was it like on the stomach?
I don't know. All I know is that I took 2 points of damage.
I'm gonna say he hit you on the stomach, and if that's wrong, I'm sure we'll get people yelling at us about it. If you get hit there again, I'll say probably double damage, or like 1.5 times damage, or whatever. And how about every time you get hit there, it'll be an additional point of damage.
Okay.
If it hits.
Yeah.
Does that sound fair?
Okay.
But you're at 1 below max health. Is that 8 for you?
My max health is 8, so I'm at 7.
So you're at 7, yeah. You've just bonked your head on the air vents, and I'm gonna have you roll a sneak with disadvantage. Let's do that.
Oh, nice. That is these 2 dice. I remember now. I haven't played for so long. Boom. So The double zeros. That's it. That is like.
That depends. What's the other number?
8.
So that's an 8.
Nice. Can I get even lower?
If they're both 0, if you roll double
okay.
zeros and a 0, that's 100.
28.
Oh, you got a 28?
Well, I'm saying like added to my sneak like score. It's 28.
Oh, yeah.
So how stealthy am I?
You're not very stealthy. When you bonk your head on the air vent, it makes like a loud like dong kind of sound that you would expect from metal. It's actually more like a dong, like
yeah,
because you can hear it like the panels of the air conditioning vent just like shaking absolutely, and the vent like goes straight across, straight over, like it's a straight line over all the rooms, and you're like above. I don't know if I described the quarters of the Smiths, but it's like there's a main room, and then there's a side room where Ant sleeps, and there's another side room where the Smiths sleep, and there's a vent over each 3, and it's like a straight line. So 2 vents down would be over... actually, no, I think you would have climbed up the middle vent. So 1 vent down is where the Smiths are sleeping, and you kind of hear them stirring. Well, I mean, they would have been woken up by the intercom, so you hear Justin say, "Nope, not Justin, that's Mandy's dad. Hold on." Hold on, did I give the Smiths a name? I didn't.
I thought you did.
I might have and not written it down, or else I don't have it here. But you hear Mr. Smith say, "Did you hear that?" Yeah, it's probably nothing.
It's probably Ant.
You know, it's just the air vents, you know? You know.
I just realized I'm under withdrawal.
Oh, yeah, you would be. You are under withdrawal. Ant. During the last episode, during the fight, you got a black eye. I kind of completely spaced it on that in the moment. It's just kind of flavor text, but listen, I went back and edited. I remembered that. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you are going to have a temporary negative bonus. Not a bonus. What's the opposite of a bonus?
Negative debuff.
A debuff to your perception.
Boy.
I'll just say a debuff to your perception save, because I don't want to make you go and redo all your stats. But let's say your perception save is... What's your perception save now?
11.
So I'm going to say your perception save is now 7. How's that sound?
Alright. Okay.
And until it heals, your black eye will be just of making you have lower perception. That's going to be real fun. Ant, you've just heard the intercom go off. You said, "What the fuck?"
Yep.
What's your initial reaction to this? What do you do?
God, I don't know.
Because remember, you kind of crashed on the couch.
Did.
You didn't end up going back into your room.
I did not. I don't know. Just wait for the Smiths to come out. I'm worried. Ant doesn't know what to think. This is something just weird.
I think you would hear Papa Skuff hitting his head.
Just really quickly, tell him to shut the fuck up. Don't do that again. You big dumbass.
Have you been in air vents, dickweed?
Shut up!
Roll a sneak with disadvantage.
See, that's 39 and 59.
39, then. Let's see what they get.
59, because plus my.
They got a 70.
Okay.
Oh, plus your sneak?
Yeah, I'm saying it's 15. It is 59. It is 59, like altogether added everything.
Okay. Unfortunately, Papa Skuff, you hear Mr. Smith say, "Was that Skuff kid?
Kid?
Is he in the vents?" And he, you can hear him, climbing out of bed, and walking toward the door between rooms.
I'm gonna scuttle away deeper into the vent system.
At least Ant's currently in the living room to distract from this.
Well, I think that's probably the threat here. is you have, because I don't think they knew until now that you had broken out.
Ant is a force that cannot be contained.
I would say you're sleeping on the couch, right?
Yeah. Or I'm still on the couch.
I would say the couch, the back is facing like the little pathway between the two bedrooms. Because the bedrooms are like in the back. I'd say the couch is kind of facing so that the back would be covering you. When they open the door and step out into the living room, Mr. Smith does. I think Mrs. Smith stays in the bedroom. And Mr. Smith says, "Who's there?"
Hey!
Oh, you're just going to out yourself.
Yeah, straight.
Samantha, and he looks down at you and frowns. What? How did you get out? What are you doing out?
It's a long story. It's definitely a long story. But I think the announcement is a lot more important right now.
Roll speech.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say roll credits.
Roll credits. Roll speech.
111, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. He got 14.
Ant cannot be stopped.
Which is, I think, interesting. Okay. I'm too tired to deal with this shit right now. I guess we should get packing, huh?
Of course. Ant is definitely trying to cover up the whole currently as a black eye thing and all that jazz.
Are you kind of like facing him sideways?
Yeah, or like having my hair be an emo haircut for a second there.
Didn't you cut your hair?
Oh yeah, she did. So purposely like move her hair to cover her face.
Would you like, how short did you end up cutting it? Or did you even cut all of it?
She did not cut all of it. I have a picture of the picture I normally use for Aunt. Her hair when cut is currently like practically a short bobbish look. I'm trying to find a good picture of her. Her hair was longer than what I normally draw her with, is what I'm saying. It was longer, and then I made her cut her hair to the current length that I normally tend to draw her with, which will not be very good for a audio medium such as a podcast. But
we can post it on Twitter or something.
Yeah,
or you can post it on Twitter and I'll retweet it or whatever. But
yeah, post it on the Twitter.com as soon as I fucking find it. God, oh, here it is. Her hair currently is like short and scruffy, so she probably just like moved some of her hair a bit over her eye, like, hey.
I think you could pull it off, barely, but it would take a roll. What roll would it take?
Roll?
Sneak.
So I believe my sneak is a 34 modifier. Let's see what I roll. Ooh, 74 plus 34, that's 108. Beat that.
Right, he got an 85. So he actually doesn't see it. He's too tired, I guess. He's kind of droopy-eyed. He doesn't really notice that you have a black eye.
Doesn't notice the emo hair.
He doesn't notice what you've done to your hair. He probably just assumes it's like bedhead or whatever.
Yeah. This sneaking is not going to last long because her hair is not going to stay like this.
For sure. Just get back in your room and pack up.
Okay. Ant's going to go back to her room like, fuck yeah, I didn't get in trouble.
Yeah, he walks back into his bedroom and they start packing up clothes and shit. All clothes, yes, that they have clothing.
Yeah. Wow, Papa Scuff, what are you gonna pack?
That's true, yeah. Papa Scuff, what are you gonna end up doing?
So we have, in the previous episode, discussed that my room contains nothing except for a bed, and I basically have everything that I have on me.
At all times.
So
I think we said you had like a couple things in your room.
I like to. I don't know.
Didn't we? Like I think we said like a dresser and like.
It's basically just a crack den.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I like how we're having population problems and I have my own room.
No, it's food problems.
Food problems.
It's the food supply that's short. It's not the space.
Oh, I thought you said we were over. Okay. Oh, I see. Well, cannibalism helps, but you know.
No.
that just didn't end up happening. I don't know why. It should have happened. It would have been fun. Oh well. So, but are you gonna just like hang out in the vents, or are you gonna like
I'm
What are you
gonna like
doing?
kind of make my way from the vents to the what she said we're meeting out in the front of the vault.
I think the vault entrance. Well, no, I don't think she said that yet. I think she said more information will come at 9.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna kind of scuttle around towards the front or towards the entrance-ish area, just out of my own free will, without the thought of a extra dimensional being speaking into my ear telling me that we are eventually
Did
going
you
to
say
be
an extra dimensional being?
What?
Dad! Hey, what's up, Pops?
What?
What a night, huh?
Well, I do reckon that it was indeed a night, Pa.
What is going on?
What do you mean? You just hear Papa Skuff talking.
I'm interacting with my father, duh.
You don't hear me.
Well, Dad, what are you doing here?
You didn't end up killing the guy.
Well, I mean, if you say so.
I'm disappointed in you.
I mean, I can, I could change that, just, you know.
I bet he's gonna be real mad at you too, huh?
Well, who?
The guy you stabbed.
Oh, for sure. Have you ever been stabbed, Dad? Because I reckon that it ain't good. But,
Not yet.
I assumed you
No.
had, you know a lot of stuff. You're my dad. You know.
That's right. I'm your dad.
Oh my
You're my
god!
I'm your dad.
He's your dad.
Hey, so, Pa, I reckon, have you ever heard of the hit new holotape Call of Duty?
No, don't bring that here, please. Cut that out, goddammit.
Okay, for the listeners at home. Call of Duty
Don't
is a
explain
joke I made like 5 years ago on the
really
Loud Lads.
fucking old joke.
It's a really dumb old joke.
From when we were
It's a-
teenagers.
Yeah. And I made it, and it was just so funny. And then randomly last night, it popped into my head again, and I started quoting it to every single one of these people, and they hated it. But eventually, they didn't hate it.
Oh no, I still hate it.
I
No,
hated it.
everybody hates it.
You said
but
it doesn't count.
It doesn't count
I hate it
because we
too.
say it so much.
No, I think I've heard of that one. Isn't that the one where you go to West Virginia and mine coal?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
So,
My father played that one a lot.
Grandpapa Skuff?
Well, wouldn't it be great grandpapa Skuff?
Oh, that's right. Grandpapa Skuff died in that one mining accident.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. But he just loved mining so much. After he got hurt, he couldn't do it anymore. They wouldn't let him.
Well,
So he picked up a copy of Call of Duty and just went at it.
So
Anyway, what was I talking about?
while you're here, you said something about murder, the such.
No, I'm just here to express my disappointment in you.
Oh, well, I mean,
Anyway,
what-
maybe you
what
should
do want? I could kill someone, just go step, but
I think maybe we lay low on that for a little while.
well, okay.
I'll let you
that's
know
fair.
when I think there's someone else you should kill.
Oh, well, by all means, let me know. I'm gonna go scuttle over here, but, if you stay near...
Keep in mind, Aunt, that all you have heard is Papa Skuff saying, "Well, I could kill someone."
Anne is concerned.
Feel free to interject because he's right over the vent still. He hasn't really.
Hey, Papa Skuff.
Hey, Dad, do you hear something? Oh, Aunt!
Suddenly, Aunt is the pretend character.
Gonna poke my head down to the vent. Hey, Aunt! How are you doing? What's going on?
So this is Aunt.
Well, yeah, this is my friend Aunt. She's a little weird, but she's my friend.
Papa Skuff, you probably shouldn't be talking about murdering people.
No, it's fine. I'm just having a conversation with my pa. It's cool.
It's true. I'm right here.
See?
She can't hear me.
So.
With your what?
She doesn't know I'm
What?
here.
My dad, the person who raises you, our friend Mandy, the person who I stabbed, her dad. Well, whatever. I'll give you the talk later if you haven't heard it.
No, Papa Skuff. I know what a dad is.
Oh, well, yeah. So this is my dad. He's up here in the vents with me.
And she knows what a daddy is too. Ba-dum-bum.
You should probably go head over with everyone else after, go packing stuff.
Well, I don't really got much that I want to bring. I have look, I have this cam. I have this sweet little thing called Jet. You just use it like this. I'm gonna put it in my mouth, and I'm gonna use my Jet.
Papa Skuff, if you stay here,
No, I'm joking.
Papa Skuff, if you stay here, you're gonna get caught.
Oh well, I'll just okay. I'll see you later.
You mean if he stays hanging his head out of the vent, he'll get caught? You mean?
Yeah. Yeah, he will.
Wow, I never considered that.
Wait, hold on. Did you say anything about Mandy's dad leaving the living room where he was just talking with Mandy? Or is he still there?
Well, Mandy and Mandy's dad are not here.
Oh, no, sorry, not Mandy. I mean Aunt. I'm like having a brain aneurysm.
I thought I said it. Aunt went back and I think I was going to say it. Aunt went back to his room. Nope. Aunt's dad went back to his room. There we go. Got the character names right.
Yeah, Aunt's dad went back to his room. Aunt is currently in her room, packing up her most prized possession.
Oh, nice.
The dollhouse?
You can't bring the whole dollhouse because that'd be too difficult, but she's definitely bringing her dolls.
Doesn't it fold up?
No, it's not. It's not a fold up.
Well, since it seems like a fucking really shitty dollhouse, I'm gonna be honest.
Fuck is
Doesn't
wrong.
even fold
It's not
up.
a fold up one, but she is bringing all her dolls.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go put my head back up in here with my paw. So I'll catch you later, Aunt.
I think maybe you should go to your quarters for a little while. Just hang out, let loose.
Well, you're never wrong. You're always right. All right, Aunt, I'll see you later. I'm gonna go scuttle back to my quarters.
All right. And then that happens. I'm gonna do a time skip, but Papa Scuff, what do you do for the next few hours?
I just sit
Since
there.
You're not packing anything.
Still withdrawing from my chems. I'm just gonna sit there and stare at a wall.
Okay.
As crackheads do.
Okay. Not even high on anything.
No, just fucking
watching paint dry.
Watching paint dry.
Watching paint chip, more like it. Aunt, what do you pack?
Aunt is of course gonna try to pack all of her animal books. She's gonna try to pack all her dolls, but if they can't fit, she's gonna bring her favorite one, Josephine, which is an old Barbie doll, but like really fucked up, and she modified it so not only is her doll like covered in paint and has like really shitty like tied together fabric clothes, but also has mecha arms that Aunt made and glued onto her doll.
Is it one of Sid's toys?
No.
Dude.
I actually have like a Barbie here that I'm using as a reference for Josephine, so maybe one day.
A knockoff Barbie.
A Kelly.
A Kelly doll. You have a Kelly doll.
Yep.
Named Josephine.
Who has mecha arms that Aunt made.
Josephine Joestar. No? Josephine Joe Shine.
God.
Sounds like a car wash, like a really bad knockoff car wash.
Joe Shine does sound like a car wash. I'll be sure. You know what? That's canon.
From a book.
That's canon now. There's a car wash chain called Joe Shine.
An old car wash chain called Joe Shine.
It's canon. I said it. It's canon now. There's a Joe Shine in Anchorage.
But anyway, she's just gonna mainly try to bring as much stuff as she can, and like, of course, her clothes and stuff. But this is a vault we're talking about. What does she have? An extra vault suit?
You have like a couple extra vault suits. A heavy coat.
Oh yeah, definitely bringing that.
That you have never used, of course.
We're gonna need that.
But they handed them out like a year or two ago.
Oh.
Mainly just stuffing all our clothes into a backpack and then trying to shove Zoo Books and Josephine in there. And then if they all fit, then trying to shove every other doll in there too.
I think they probably would have given everybody canteens.
Oh yeah.
Like 1 or 2 canteens. Your trusty Vault 79 canteen. I think just 1 canteen. You'll fill that up probably. I don't know, do you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna fill that up.
I'm making your character
Ant
choices.
is primarily focused on trying to take as much stuff as she can because, you never know if you're gonna come back here if you guys are evacuating the vault.
Yeah. And Papa Skuff, I feel like all of the vault distributed stuff you would probably have just sitting in a pile somewhere.
Yeah.
You never would have put it away. I mean, unless you would have. I don't know. You can make that decision.
Well, if you said I had a dresser, I feel like I would at least use it. So probably, I'd like to think I put it away.
Threw it in the dresser.
Mm-hmm. I just forgot about it
Haphazardly. So you might look through that and find some of the stuff too. I'd say a couple vault suits, jackets and pants,
Mm-hmm.
the water canteen, like I said, probably a backpack.
Yeah, I'll grab that stuff.
Other various survival supplies that I can't think of right now that you'd probably have. Just stuff like that. Is there anything else you try to pack, Ant?
I think just mainly the essentials and then trying to pack, all of her personal items and stuff.
Yeah. I was just saying, is there any other, specific items that you could think of that Ant would probably pack? You said, the animal books, some of the dolls, that kind of stuff. Any other personals?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Then time passes. And you hear another announcement over the intercom around 9 a.m. And it's Overseer Flora Thomas saying, "Good morning, Vault 79. Throughout the rest of this morning, Vault security will be going, quarters by quarters, letting people out of the vault. They'll be leading you all to the entrance, and we'll all be meeting on the surface. Very exciting. Make sure you all stay put in your quarters, pack possessions, pack light, because we don't know what we're going to have up above, but make sure you bring all the essentials, and just, stay put until Vault security comes and gets you." And the intercom goes dead again.
Oh boy, yeah, Ant is definitely gonna huddle by her family, by the Smiths, because once again, this is completely new to Ant. Ant is used to just eating gray mush all day and dreaming of going outside the vault, and now today everyone is forced to leave outside the vault. This is not good. She's very stressed out and afraid about this, because, what is going on?
It's like the first time landing on the moon if the entire population of Earth was going to the moon with them.
You wish you could go on the moon yourself, but then suddenly you're told you're going on the moon, and you're like, wait, no, I am not emotionally prepared for this. Yeah. It's I am not emotionally prepared for this.
Yeah, it was definitely a surprise, I think, for everybody to be leaving the vault so soon, because I think everybody was expecting a few more years.
Was this because of me? Or is this just, unrelated event?
You don't know.
Oh, nice.
Out of character, yes.
Oh, nice. No, that's what I'm saying.
Out of character, yes, it is because of what you did, but narratively, you don't know.
Oh, okay.
Narratively, that might be the reason, or it might be a different reason.
Okay, no, that's what I thought. I was just wondering. Okay.
But I,
Boom.
as the overseer, out of character, decided to have this happen because of what you did.
Nice. Impacting story with my reckless actions.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I didn't have any. This is better than whatever I had. I don't even remember what I had before. Yeah. What were you saying, Anne?
Yeah, and she's gonna stick by her family. She's gonna still try her best to keep up her bedhead facade, so her black eye won't be seen.
Yeah, I think you and the Smiths are preparing their. Did I say the Smiths had a kid?
Yes,
I
they
forget.
had a son.
Fuck knows where he went.
Is he older or younger than Anne?
I don't know. You know what? I think maybe he's an adult and he has his own quarters with a wife and kids of his own.
Okay. Oh, big brother.
Big brother is watching.
Not even really, but I think you and the Smiths are kind of collectively bringing your luggage with you. You have each of you has a bag and like a suitcase, a small suitcase.
Yeah.
So it's not much. So you guys are kind of like gearing up to go by the door. I want you to roll another sneak to see if you can hide the black eye.
Alright, let me grab my percentile dice, because I put them away like a fool in my bag.
Yeah, good luck, by the way.
Ooh. So that is like 66.
Is that with the modifier?
Yes, with the modifier.
I think Mrs. Smith, they got a 96. Mrs. Smith sees your black eye, and she looks at, she taps Mr. Smith's shoulder and, like, points at it. Mr. Smith looks at your black eye and frowns and says, Samantha Brown, how did you get a black eye?
I tripped and fell down the stairs.
The stairs.
Yeah.
You fell down the stairs.
Yes.
That's your story.
Yes. Of course.
Of course. And where were you going that had you on the stairs?
Down.
To?
Down.
The lower floor?
The Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty?
Oh, won't you take me down?
Well, I was going to the floor below.
What attractions on the floor below had you going there?
The floor itself?
My bed was hot, so I wanted to sleep on the cold floor.
I don't know. God. Yeah, I don't know, legit. Like, Aunt doesn't know, I don't know.
Roll speech.
Should I have disadvantage for answering with just,
Yeah, I feel like you would have disadvantage.
Okay, well, so it's 104 normally, but... Oh, so like 61.
80.
Yeah.
I think you do know, and you're just not telling me. And Mrs. Smith, like, nods.
Will you promise not to get mad?
I can't promise anything until I know what you did.
Well, will you promise not to get mad if I tell you what I did?
No. I'll tell you this, I will react appropriately, depending on what you tell me.
So the overseer's kid punched me in the face.
And why did he do that?
Because he's an asshole. And...
Okay, I mean, we know that, but why were you getting punched in the face by the overseer's kid? Instead of, I don't know, sleeping?
So I may have punched the overseer's kid.
Because?
Because he was trying to bully a kid who did not deserve it, mind you. What was the kid's name again, Max?
Eugene.
Eugene did not do anything wrong, and he was going to get bullied. And the overseer's kid had a skeletal enhancer, mind you. So, like, straight up, he's about to murder Eugene. And you know what? I'm not going to stand for that. So I punched him, and he kicked my ass with a skeletal enhancer. But it's all cool. He got caught by the guards. The vault.
Does that have to do with you stealing a capacitor?
Yeah, it does. How'd you know that I stole specifically a capacitor?
I'll try that again. He doesn't. He wouldn't know that. Yeah. I know that. I'll do a different. I'll try that again. Mm-hmm. Did that have to do with you sneaking around in the maintenance wing?
Yep, it did.
He looks over at Mrs. Smith, and he sighs, and he's like, "Well, this sounds like one of those wrong thing, right reasons kind of things."
Trust me, have I ever done anything wrong for the wrong reason? The answer is yes, by the way. Aunt has for sure.
The answer is yes, but go put some ice on your eye.
Okay. She quickly just tries to just go get the ice on her eye and just avoid getting in trouble.
You're gonna have plenty of ice to put on your eye soon enough.
Just dunk my face in the snow. Boom.
Yep. Okay. So that's a scene. Eventually, I think Papa Skuff, the vault security shows up at your room just to check,
Still there?
just to see. They kind of
Yeah, I'm still here.
They knock and then they enter and they come check on you. And they said, "So you turned up."
Well, of course, I live here.
Okay. Well, lucky break for you. Come with us.
Oh, okay. I go with them.
Okay. And they lead you, surprisingly not to the entrance of the vault.
Ooh, Papa
In
Scott's
fact,
about to get
they-
fucking executed.
No.
He's about to get guillotined.
They bring you to the overseer's office, actually. And you see the room. It's like there's a desk, there's a wooden desk. There's like a computer. There's a couple monitors. Excuse me. There's a bunch of bookshelves on the walls and stuff like that. A couple empty packs of cigarettes, and there's one that has like 5 left. It's just like sitting on the desk. And there's like an ashtray.
I'm going to grab those cigarettes.
Well, but the overseer's there.
Yeah,
Sitting at the desk.
I didn't ask.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Hold on. Before you do that, you see Overseer Thomas. She, your character would know this, but you wouldn't. So I'm gonna describe her. She definitely looks like a smoker for sure.
Oh, just
Like,
tell me she has like one of those like really like stereotypical smoker like voices.
She kind of does, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, her
nice.
skin looks wrinkled. She looks like she's maybe like 40 or 50, but she's got like long kind of graying hair in that like kind of smoker kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like smoke, And she has like a stern look on her face, is like sick of it, So you're gonna try to steal some cigs.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over and be like, "Well, howdy, Miss Overseer." I
Miss
tip my
Thomas.
invisible
Overseer Thomas.
I tip my invisible hat to you, good
Matamis.
Matamis. And I waltz over and try and grab the cigarettes.
What are you doing? And she kind of slaps your hand away.
No,
No,
here.
No, those are mine.
I'm gonna grab my one of my. No, never mind.
Let's kill the Overseer.
Is that Jerome talking or Tyrone? Is that
No,
Tyrone?
that's not. That's not
Okay.
Tyrone talking. That was a joke. Because you said that, I think, in episode 4. I'm gonna cut back to you, Ant. It's been a little bit since you've been icing your eye. And Vault Security comes and knocks on the door to collect you and the Smiths.
I've come to collect.
And there's actually 3 of them, right? 2 of them, they take the Smiths, they guide the Smiths. They don't take them or anything. They're just like, come with us, and, they go along willingly. And then one of them actually talks to you separately after the 2 have gone. He says, "You're actually not going to the entrance right away."
I'm not being separated from my family, am I?
Oh, don't worry.
Okay.
You'll be back with them, but...
Okay, for a second there I was about to make Ant, guilt trip if that was gonna
But
happen.
we're gonna take you to the Overseer's office, just for a little bit, because she wants to speak to you. I'm going to take you to the Overseer's office because there is one of me, and she wants to speak to you.
Okay.
I'm really bad at remembering things. I'd say he leads you to the Overseer's office. And when you get there, you see Papa Skuff, Mandy, and Howard Todd are all there.
Ooh.
Oh, you didn't tell me Howard Todd was here.
They showed up between scenes.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna just take a glance at them and then look at the overseer and say, "Oh, we're in trouble, aren't we?"
And she smirks and kind of starts chuckling. And she says, "Normally you would be."
Wait, since Mandy's here, you said Mandy is here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Mandy, and be like, "Hey, Mandy, old pal, how's the pa? Is he doing okay?"
She doesn't want to talk. She doesn't say anything. She looks over you, her arms crossed, and she looks back at the Overseer.
Jeez, all right. Looks like somebody woke up on the wrong part of the stable.
Overseer says,
Aw.
"Normally you would be in trouble for what you lot pulled last night." And Howard's like, "Now hold on. I was no part of that, thank you very much. And she's like, no, you let these two out. Well, you let Ant out anyway. Normally you would all be in trouble, but it's your lucky break, 'cause I have a job for you.
Well, I do like jobs.
They said Alaska was so cold. They said to live there you gotta be oh so bold. They never knew just what we had till it was gone. Alaska, where'd you go? Alaska, where'd you go? Alaska, where'd you go? Why'd you go away? Alaska, where'd you go? Alaska, where did you go? Alaska, where'd you go? Why'd you go away? Yeah. They said Alaska must be cold. They said to live there you must be oh so bold. They never knew just what we had till it was gone. All gone. Hello everybody, this is your Overseer Max here. As always, I wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of Fallout Survivors of the North. Did I sound cool there? I know I sounded cool there. I know I think I sounded cool there. I probably sound like a total dork. This is actually the first episode of our second arc, which is unbelievable to me. Our second arc being Beat 'em to Deadhorse. Now, I know last week, in Surviving the Podcast, you may have skipped it, that's alright. Last week I said it was going to be called Beating to Deadhorse. I decided that sounded kind of weird, kind of awkward. Beating to Deadhorse, you know? Beat 'em to Deadhorse definitely, I think, has a bit more punch to it. So that's why I decided to change it. I'm sorry this episode's a little bit short. Well, not terribly short, but shorter than the others, you know? Usually we try to get about an hour. This one came out at about 55 minutes, I think. So I would like to apologize for that. You know, we recorded a little over an hour of audio, but it just kind of got cut down. Things will be longer. That's okay. Lefty's going to have a lot more going on this arc, and in fact, everything is going to sort of pick up this arc. People are going to be leaving the vault. They're going to be getting their equipment. They're going to be getting into more of a long-term plot for the rest of the series. Now, keep in mind, the entire series probably isn't going to be focused on this one long-term plot, but when that long-term plot does end, that's when the series will end, if that makes sense. I'm basically planning on structuring it like any Fallout game, right? Each arc is like a quest, and most of those quests will have to do with the main plot. Some of them will be kind of side questy, but have little revelations. Don't worry too much about it. We'll try to figure things out as we go. I'm very excited to see where things are going. We're going to be leaving the vault soon, if that wasn't obvious. And, you know, the players are going to have a bit more free reign soon. Hopefully we're going to get the party together by the end of this arc. More long-term plot stuff, like I said. I'm just very, very excited to share what I've got in store. Not only with you, the audience, but with my players, because they're going to be excited to see some of it, I think. You can, as the audience, support this podcast by following us at FalloutSOTN on Twitter. You can also tweet at us, again, at FalloutSOTN. Or you can use the hashtag FalloutSOTN or hashtag Survivors of the North to tweet about us. If you do, we very well might message you and ask you to name a character or a location in the show. Originally, I said I was going to name a character after you, but I understand some people might not want that. They might want to have a little more choice over how they influence it. So, you know, you might be able to name something John's Eatery, John's Diner, something like that. Everyone's named John now. So yeah, if you do tweet about us, we may go ahead and message you and say, hey, you've been selected, you get to name something. I would also like to encourage you to review us on iTunes as well. At the time of recording this, which is November 7th, like 3 weeks ahead of the release of this episode, we're doing pretty good at keeping ahead. We have 6 5-star ratings and 3 5-star reviews of those 6 ratings on iTunes. And I think 1 or 2 on Stitcher as well. I believe. I haven't checked in a while. I think it's just still mine. That's the 5-star one. Oh well. Please do review us on iTunes. It helps us a lot to expand the podcast audience and just keeps motivating us, especially if you give us a quick word like some of the people down there have. It's very motivating. Means a lot. I would like to give a shout out to r/VNV. That's r/VNV, which is the subreddit for the game which we're playing, Vaults Vertiberds. The people over there have spent, no doubt, countless hours making this system that we're playing. And, it's entirely free. It's out of the love of their hearts. So please go give them some love. Give them some credit for all this hard work that they put into this system. I know we're probably not really doing it justice with the way I run games. Sorry. But please do give them lots of attention. They deserve all of it. They've been very supportive, the community has. And they've just been very cool, answering questions for people. Not necessarily for me. I haven't really asked a lot of questions. But, I've been hanging out in their Discord. They've been answering questions for lots of new players. So please go check them out if you're interested in playing the game. Or even if you just want to say, hey, thanks for being cool and making this thing for free. Again, we really appreciate all the support we get, not only on iTunes, but on Twitter. Like, lots of people have been shouting us out and giving us, lots of attention that we definitely aren't used to getting. It's really crazy seeing how many people are actually getting into the podcast and giving us listens. Like, it's crazy to see something that I've created grow over the course of it rather than shrink after launch. So it's really cool. The next episode will be up on December 13th. This one is on November 29th. You already know that. The next one will be December 13th, and the one after that will probably be on December 27th. There's a possibility we might decide to release one on Christmas too, just, depending on how ahead of schedule we are by the time we get there. But if you want to know about that, go ahead and follow us on Twitter. We'll tell you then. It's definitely a lot easier to give updates on Twitter than it is on these little backlogs. Backlogs? No. Outros. In episodes, which I usually record weeks ahead of, So, yeah, please go follow us on Twitter. Thanks for listening.